Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
The pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite, it's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
And now the home team, Eagan, starting with goalie number 56, on defense, number 77, Madison Firstry. Her defensive partner, number 26, Alan Molini. At wing, number 52, Annabelle Robinette. At wing, number 23, Mackenzie Weber. And centering the line for the Spartacus, number 5, Talina Bates. And the rest of the Spartacus team, the head coach is Corey Gant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. For the right to take on Hastings. Good luck to both teams. Let's play hockey.
Back at Schwann Super Rink number 5 for the second semifinal in the 15Bs here at Danglefest 2025. Centennial, Spring Lake Park, black to our left, Eagan to our right as we see who will play Hastings for the championship tomorrow. Centennial black with a 2-2 tie against Jefferson Eden Prairie blue. 7-0 win over Lakeville, and then a 5-4 win over Woodbury for Centennial. Eagan in this tournament, goalless draw with Hastings, and then a 4-1 win over Elk River and a 2-1 win over White Bear Lake. So 6 goals for and 2 goals against for Eagan. And we are underway. Play is in the Eagan zone. It comes up the slot and finally will be cleared all the way back into the Centennial. And our first icing call comes after only 23 seconds of play. And we'll go back to the right of the Eagan goaltender, Cassidy Boyd, at number 56. For the face-off, Savannah Goodmanson to our left for Centennial. There's number 32. Centennial economizing on players. They have 11 players for this game, 10 skaters, so 2 lines and 4 D. Ice time for everybody today as the puck comes on out to center ice and Centennial in control. Mila Bigley, number 6, loses possession, and here's Annabelle Robinette, 52 for Eagan, over the line and lost out. And Mila Bigley behind the goal will feed the left side, and here's Kinley Engstrom, number 3, rink wide to the near side, tipped on in by Bella Helgett, number 4. And now to the right point, Stan Ritchie unable to play it. Now rink wide, it comes to center ice for Eagan. Mackenzie Weber, and the 23 shooting it in. Goodmanson gets a stoppage. The referee would love her to move that puck, and finally they get the stoppage, and the referee comes over to Savannah Goodmanson and says, well, you know, when there's nobody else around, you might as well play it. And we're going to face off to her left. From the face-off, Macy Cedarberg, 16, ahead on the wing, Ainsley Butler, number 10 to the right, and here is Lily Begley over the line, closing in on the backhand, and loose in the slot, and well, the scramble for it in front of the goal, and finally Eagan is able to play it up towards the blue line, and it's going to be held on the line by Aubrey Barron, number 8, and now here comes Eagan out to center ice. And played over the line by Isabel Cans, number 18. They go to the wall. And finally, it winds up behind the Centennial goal, and Kaylee Bees, 17, trying to play it out. Double teamed up the wall to the near side now as they try that way. And it comes out to center where it's controlled by Eagan's Kara Bliss. Now played back into the zone. And then Bliss has a collision with Lily Bigley. They both fall, and now Eagan is able to sweep the puck out to center ice. Turned back by Aubrey Barron, but only briefly. And now flying down the near wing, Kaylee Walker going after it, but is headed off by Wendorf for Centennial. Ava Wendorf, and 22 out to center ice. And picked up there by Walker for Eagan. Played back to the line, and now closing in. And a pass to the right. Here's a shot. It's loose in the crease, and this time Goodmanson gets a little quicker stoppage as the puck winds up underneath her, and we'll get a face-off in the Centennial zone. Don't forget, coming up later on this week on the Youth Hockey Hub, the tradition. 8 of the, here's a shot from the draw by Mackenzie Weber. 8 of the best teams in the state. We have 5 of the top 7 coming to that tournament at Dakota. annual event, and it's always a blast. And we're going to have our penalty here, our first one of the game to Eagan. We have a hooking infraction called. And it is going to be against Grace Hubble, number 93. Three minutes and 5 seconds of the first period, and power play for Centennial for minutes. Now a centering pass and a shot against the post. It's held there as Lily Bigley came in. I'll play back into the zone offside. We're going to face off a neutral ice. 10:32 now to go in the first period. Well, one of those penalties in the first game was wrong. I was always been under the impression it was a 90-second penalty at this period, but second straight 2-minute minor penalty being put up. So that's what we'll go with. And Egan's able to clear the puck to center ice. Now Lily Begley chasing after it, and for Eagan, this is Bliss going after it in the left corner, losing it. Now to the right point, and a shot through traffic deflected wide off the stick of Aubrey Barron. Behind the goal. They feed the circle, and Butler can't shoot. Now here comes Eagan back out to center ice, and over the line. 23, Mackenzie Weber going behind the goal. Puts it in front, and Bates unable to get a shot away. Winds up to the near corner, and we get a whistle. And the net has come off, so we'll get a stoppage. Beg your pardon. Here's a shot from the faceoff by Bliss, and that goes off the traffic and wide. 45 in the power play, and here comes Centennial to center ice. And it's Milo Bigley over the line. Going to the corner, and then a drop to the left point, Windorf. That goes wide. To the near side, we're in the last half minute now. Puck to the left edge of the goal, and Milo Bigley with a chance. It was stopped by Boyd. Held the post. Now up the slot, they'll play for it. It's cleared on out to center ice by Bates. And Bates at the blue line has to turn it back once again as Centennial tries to play it in without success, and it comes back into their zone. Ritchie in the turn, 7 seconds in the power play, and Ritchie cuts to the near side at center. And Ritchie feeds it off to the left and heads for the bench as they change. Butler has the puck, and the teams are at even strength as Hubble comes on. And now fed to the circle, held by Lily Bigley, closing in, shooting, and it went off the traffic. I believe that didn't get through as Centennial continuing to storm the goal. Here's Barron at the right point, taking a shot. Tip attempt there by Lily Bigley, and that's wide of the goal. Bigley again on the goal line, now goes back behind the net, centers it, comes up the slot. Here's a backhanded shot, and it's loose at the left edge as Butler had a decent chance. Now right again in front, a great chance for Kaylee Bees and a save made by Boyd. Puck is still loose, and finally Eagan is able to pick it up, and they clear rink wide to relieve some of the pressure. And icing indicated, but it won't go far enough. On the near side, it's controlled by Aubrey Barron, playing it to the point, and Eagan trying to hold there with Addison Verstrate, and now it's played out to center. And Verstrate again unable to clear this time, and now heading in for Centennial is Bees, and now we get a whistle as the puck comes on to Boyd. We get a stoppage with 7:46 left and a scoreless first. And Eagan controls from the faceoff, and that's Riley Nelson, 44, behind the goal. Plays up the near side, and they clear to center. Windorf with Centennial over to the far side. Milo Bigley, we got a whistle as the puck goes over the boards and into the bench. So we got a face off out of neutral ice. Out at center. And it's turned away. Here comes Eagan back with Kriske. Harry Kriske, 22, to the near side looking for Cans. And it comes back into the Centennial zone, and they'll try to play it in front as the puck bounces off to the near boards. Cans unable to get to it. Now it's cleared all the way down the ice, which will be icing. No, they wave it off on Centennial. The near side referee waving it off immediately. And now puck is cleared on out to center, and it is picked up by Centennial Cedarburg. Near side, Barron. And now back into the zone for Egan's Bliss. Outlet pass hit a teammate. Now comes up the slot. Finally played out to center for Cans. Over the line. Pass to the right, and it runs along the blue line, and Bates picks it up and plays it in deep. Back behind the goal. Picked up by Engstrom around on the near side and played to the blue line and out to center. Verstrate will now play it. And into the Centennial zone. Butler goes down. Puck comes to the left side. It's poked ahead by Cedarburg and out to center ice where Verstrate has it for Eagan. Plays it ahead, and it will come back deep into the Centennial zone. Barron is after it. Fed up to the near side and rink wide to center. And closed down there. Robinette closed down Butler. Puck is now at neutral and played on in by 17 Keely Bees for Centennial. Now back out to center ice. And finally at neutral, it's carried on in by Eagan, and this is Weber, and unable to get a shot away. Now off to the far boards. They will play for it there. Dug out, and a shot goes off the traffic and behind the net to the near side for Centennial's Keely Bees. Behind the goal. Now Eagan getting it at the left edge and trying to center it. That's Bates. Now around towards the near side as Centennial unable to get out of their zone. 5:17 to go in the period as the puck is played on out to center. And here is Eagan with it. Pass to the left for Robinette, and we'll have to chase after it into the zone. And back behind the goal is controlled by Ritchie for Centennial. Only banked on out to center. It gets past the defender Walker, who has to chase back after it in the Eagan zone. Eagan having trouble there. Now it comes to the circle and a chance and a shot going wide of the goal by Helget is gloved anyway by Boyd. And we'll get a face-off. 4:45 left and a scoreless first. In this event so far, Eagan hasn't scored many, but neither have they given up many. Here's a shot. It changes direction. In front they scored. As soon as I say that, it's the announcer's jinx. It's Mila Bigley steering in a second chance off the stick of Baran, and Centennial has the lead. And the time of that goal is 9 minutes and 21 seconds. I was just saying they don't allow 2 goals in the tournament. And now it's 3. Assist going to Aubrey Barron. And Centennial has the lead. And Mila Bigley now with 4 goals to lead her team in this tournament. Icing called against Eagan. We'll go back for a face-off with 4:11 left in the first period. Way behind the, a centering pass, and nobody home there for Centennial, as they might have had a chance for a 2-0 lead as Lily Bigley in the corner. Comes out with it along the goal line, takes a shot, and puts it wide from a sharp angle. Now, puck will run on out to center ice, and Bees plays it back and have to back go deep now as Wendorf chases it off to the boards. And it comes to the circle. Finally swept ahead. Wendorf now winds up in her possession again in the corner, but she gives it up and trying to center it for Eagan. There was Weber. Now a pass stolen away, and they try to come up the middle. And That is Lily Bigley closing in, shooting, and it winds up off the traffic and behind the goal. She was harassed all the way, and it comes off the goal line and tried to center it. Picked up by Eagan in the near corner. They will clear it on out to center. Cedarburg after it for Centennial and has it on the turn. Banks off the boards, and it's played back in by Eagan, and this is Nelson. And can't move it into scoring position. Out to center, and shot back into the zone by Helget. Goes after it. Now Eagan will control with less than 3 minutes to go in the first period. Played back to the zone by Cedarburg, and now going to come back deep in the left corner of the Eagan zone as Walker goes after it and takes it behind the net. Reads the circle. A little bit too strong. Turned back by Wendorf. Now out to center, and here's a chance for Eagan. Pass to the left as they were caught on a change. Centennial was, and Hubble couldn't control the pass. Now picked up by Centennial as Helget plays it ahead to the blue line, and then shot all the way down the ice, which will be icing on Eagan. With 2:17 to go in the first period. Mila Bigley with a goal, 4th of the tournament, assisted by Aubrey Barron at 9:21. And Eagan able to play it out to center. Defender has to come for it, and does. That's Ritchie playing it ahead. It's offside as Eagan a little bit too jumpy to get into the zone, and we're going to face off out of neutral ice. 2:07 to go. And Centennial's Wendorf plays it to center. Billy Moline ahead for Eagan. And now back into the Eagan zone it comes. That's first straight playing it ahead. And now Bates chasing after it. Trying to carry on. Robinette, they can't get in the zone. Now they do. Let's play it on out to center. And here's Centennial. Wendorf cannot play it ahead. Now Ritchie. Loose right in front of our location. And now Lily Bigley will pick it up and play to the line, where it's controlled by Verstraete with 1:25 to go in the first period of play. Ritchie, rink wide pass to the left is behind Bees, who has to circle back for it. Now Bees up the near side and will play it to the line, where it's intercepted by Christie. And now finally play it out to center ice. Bates after it and swipes it into the zone, and Cedarburg closed her off against the wall as we get the last minute of play in the first period. 1-0 for Centennial. Centering pass from Verstraete is intercepted. Comes right back to her at the point. Tries to throw it in front. That's off a skate in front of the net. There's a shot, and it goes off the goaltender there. Off the stick of Moline. And now back comes Centennial, back with 40 seconds to go in the period. And down the wing comes Bees. Off to the left side. Lost it on zone entry. And now it comes to the boards and down low finally. And Bees will chase after it. Watched there by Bliss. Behind the net and out of the corner with 30 seconds to go. Drop pass to the left point. Held in there by Cedarburg. Shot goes wide. And cleared to the near side for Helget. Now loose along the wall. Cleared ahead for Robinette. And now rink wide. It will be carried out to center by Christie. Held off there by Mila Bigley with 10 seconds to go in the period. And now the puck still loose at neutral ice and finally played in by Engstrom with 3 seconds left, but they won't get a shot away. In the first period will come to an end with the score: Centennial Spring Lake Park 1, Eagan 0. So we'll take a timeout and come back with more from Danglefest 2025 here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Pinnacle of hockey excellence. At APX Hockey, we redefine what it means to compete, to develop, and to succeed both on and off the ice. Our world-class coaching staff with decades of professional experience are not just mentors, but architects of potential. Here, it's not just about becoming elite. It's about committing to something bigger than yourself. We are APX Hockey. Achieve greatness.
Period 2 from Schwann Super Rink number 5, Danglefest 2025. We're in the 15Bs. And Centennial working right to left in the second period, leads it 1-0. Winner of this game gets Hastings tomorrow in the 15B finals. And now played into the left corner from the face-off and back behind the goal. After it there, the Centennial is Engstrom. Now comes to the circle on the near side. And Centennial able to play to center ice. Latching onto it there is Helget. And Helget streaking in on the right side, looking to center it. It's picked off, goes back behind the goal finally, and Milo Bigley looking to center it. Winds up loose in the circle. Played past Cans to the right point. Ritchie down low, and a wraparound attempt in front. Loose, and Boyd out to try to smother it, and finally it's underneath, and we'll get a stoppage. Milo Bigley with a good chance in front there. And Boyd up to the task. We played 44 seconds of our second period, 1-0 for Centennial, and a puck behind the net. Centering pass comes up the slot. Here's a shot and a save made by Boyd. Rebound, and it's right back into her. The first shot from Cedarburg, and some good goaltending there by Cassidy Boyd, and we got a face off to the left. Centering pass off Butler, and now controlled by Eagan. Weber to center ice, and here's Kriske over the line. Leaves a drop pass. Here's a shot. It's deflected over the top. A shot taken by Riley Nelson. And now it comes right on to Goodmanson, who will get a stoppage. From the face-off, Kriske comes in front and then laid it off for Nelson, whose shot went wide. Now here's Lily Bigley out to center ice. Bees over the line and draws a crowd there. Now centering pass, the right edge by Bigley, and it winds up Milo Bigley rather. It comes around behind the net to the near side. And finally up the wall. Centennial trying to hold there. And they play it down into the near side corner. And a rink-wide pass to center ice for Eagan. And that is played on into the zone by Grace Hubble. Now to the right point, Walker shoots, changed direction at least once on the way to the goal. And somehow Goodmanson saw it, and the puck comes out to center ice. And here is Kaylee Walker playing it right back in for Eagan, and it comes right back out as Centennial was in the middle of a line change, and they only had two players back in their zone, so it was worth moving forward, certainly. Now to the far side, and here's Helget relaying to the point. Held in there. Here's a shot and a stick save off the stick of the defender for straight. Now centering pass. Ooh, open in front there was Robinette, and could not get the puck onto the blade of the stick. 2-on-2, back pressure coming, and here comes Centennial over the line. A centering pass is tipped by Milo Bigley wide of the goal. Now it comes up the slot, and finally to center ice, and Eagan brings it to center for Weber. Mackenzie Weber over skates, played back by Engstrom, and now clear to center ice, and Eagan will try again. 1-0 the score, and it's played back into the zone. Going after it there for Centennial is Wendorf. Comes around on the near side, and finally played back behind the goal. And this is Engstrom behind the goal. Now on the near side for Milo Bigley. Into the circle, and finally Centennial will pick it up and carry to center. Pass to the right. Helget Over the line, takes a shot, blocked by Verstraete, now played off to the corner, and it'll be Addison Verstraete playing it up the boards. And finally Cans plays out to center for Eagan. Oh, and here's a giveaway on the right, and Eagan has a chance to come in. Here's Weber. Mackenzie Weber just thrown off the stroke, and now here comes Centennial back, and this is a breakaway for Aubrey Barron. Check that. Milo Bigley, and a shot saved by Boyd. It goes over the glass and out of play. Good chances at both ends, but as our friend Mike Greenlay once said to me, if you lose the puck high, you're going to face numbers coming back, and that's what happened there. In this case, the number was 0. And a face-off in the Eagan zone. Puck is controlled there by Bees. Taken away from her, now out to center. And Barron can't hold it, comes all the way back in the zone. Cedarburg will track it down. And then takes it to the right edge of the goal and leaves it off finally. Thought better of it as Lily Bigley comes out, and here's Bees over the line. Butler on the left. Bees stops, then try to drop pass, and the defenders were changing, so it comes out to center, and here comes Eagan back. And over the line, Kriske had it knocked away. Comes back to the Eagan blue line. Another intercepted pass brought in over the line by Lily Bigley. Now we'll try to drop to the left point for Windorf, who holds it. Now cleared all the way down the ice, and that should be icing on Eagan. And it is with 8 minutes and 56 seconds to play in the second period. We'll come up on the halfway mark of this contest. From the draw, Bates backhands it ahead, and it comes out to center, and here's a race for it. Back forth for Centennial is Ritchie. Now cleared to the right point, held in, and there's a shot that will go wide of the goal from Aiden Moline. Now cleared to the far side, Helget. Plays out to center, Moline for Eagan. Will turn at the blue line and then play it ahead. And that's going to come all the way back. And no icing there as they rule that Ritchie could have played it. Now it comes in front of the goal. Here's a chance, and unable to shoot was Robinette. The puck too close to the body there. And Robinette along the boards. Lays it beside the net. It's deflected in front and on to Goodmanson, who gets a stoppage. Teams change lines again, and for Centennial that just means taking the bench and putting it on the ice. They have 10 skaters, so 2 lines, 2D, makes it nice and simple. Now up the near side, here's Butler trying to get out and can't. Now played to center. And a weak pass there, unfortunately, for Bliss, and it's played back into the zone. They'll have to chase after. Oh, loose at the right edge, and Butler nearly beat the goaltender to the post. Boyd was quick there and got enough of the pad on the post. Here's a shot, the glove catch made on a shot by Kaylee Bees, and we'll get a face-off in the Eagan zone. 7:32 now to go in the second period. 32 seconds away from halfway home in this one. Winner gets Hastings in the championship game. A centering pass is broken up at the right edge. And boy, they had Butler set up at the left edge of the goal crease. At the right point, Barron takes a shot. It's stick save off to the near side. And now another centering pass comes all the way through to the left. And now Isabel Cans against the boards plays it. Held in by Mila Bigley. And thrown in front of the goal. Still loose. And whacking away at it there. It comes to Lily Bigley, and she can't put it on goal. Bees also there trying to help out as the puck comes up the wall, and Eagan is able to clear to center ice. And now here's Cans down the wing with half a step. Player breaking on the right. The pass across is too far for Perry Kriske. And puck winds up in the near corner. Now a centering pass will trickle up the slot, picked up there And Bliss can't play it through. Now loose at the right edge, and it winds up going behind the net. Goodmanson might have got a piece of that as the puck comes back to neutral ice. And on the turn, here comes Eagan. Walker plays it to the left edge and finally behind the net. Comes out the far side and then puts it through the slot. The nets come loose, and we'll get a stoppage here with 6:10 to go in the second period. Play behind the goal. Trickles out to the far side for Helget. Can't get out. Ritchie trying to help out. Feeds it in front. And a second try there for Wendorf. Knocks it out to center ice. And here is Verstraete with it. Pass to the left. Well taken and then shot on into the zone by Mackenzie Weber. Can't get out. And there's a shot. Winds up trickling wide from Hubble. Now behind the net, 5.5 to go in the period. They try to center it, and it won't go. Now Centennial behind the goal. Ritchie plays it around towards the far side. That's going to be held by Verstraete at the left point. And a shot through traffic and a stick save by Goodmanson off to the near boards. Now played on out and finally back into the Eagan zone. This has been a good couple of minutes for them. Verstraete goes back for it. And now comes around the far side, pass to the right side, and a good take by Weber. Over the line, Weber to the circle. Threw it in front, intercepted by Lily Bigley, back checking. Check that. Bees still back checking. Now to the far side, Bees manages to bring it to center ice and then lost out. Picked up by Robinette and played in. Now Barron, pass at center, picked up and then brought in offside as Weber intercepted the pass. Robinette couldn't get the zone cleared. We get a face-off out of neutral ice. 4:43 to go in period number 2. In game number 2. After this, we go to the 15As, and it'll be Rogers and Wyzetta leading us off there. Over the line, it's now cleared. And brought back in on a save by Goodmanson. Right corner. Robinette. Down behind the net there, centered by Bates. And off to the far side, Lily Bigley will chip it to center ice. And Eagan will pick it up. Now poked away at center. And controlled by Butler. And now kicked into the zone. Here's Bates chasing after it. Cuts to the slot. And Bates at the dot shoots. Oh, hit the crossbar. And now comes to the near side. And here comes Centennial back. Ainsley Butler plays it towards the net. Boyd sweeps it off to the right. Bliss behind the goal. Now the puck dug out, and Eagan starts up. Kriske, rink wide pass to the left. And Ritchie trying to slow it up. The puck comes into the zone, and the defense gets time to get back for it. Bella Helget trying to clear, and trying again up the wing. Now to center ice, and Engstrom unable to take that one cleanly. Now played out to center, and here's Mila Bigley starting back. Over the line, cuts to the middle. Bigley lays it across, and it went off of the defender, Verstraete. Now to the high slot, and a shot by Wendorf. Follow-up chance by Mila Bigley. And now Mila Bigley again trying to feed the left point for Wendorf. Bigley. And now intercepted in the high slot. Here is Engstrom shooting. And a save made by Boyd, and we'll get a face-off with exactly 3 minutes to go in the second period. Tight game here, 1-0. From the draw, controlled by Wendorf. Wendorf tied up there by Weber, or tied up with Weber, I think would be a better phrase. Now here's Ritchie. Played to center, and Weber again. Over the line, Weber cutting to the slot, and then had it knocked off her stick, and Bella Helget turns it right back. At center ice, pass to the near side for Mila Bigley, and it comes into the zone. Carrying on is Engstrom. Gets to the circle, and finally played out. It's past Weber, and comes all the way back into the zone, and that will be icing against Eagan. 2:22 to go. Second period of play, the only goal. Milo Bigley at the 9:21 mark of the first period for Centennial. Now around behind the net. And this is Lily Bigley on the backhand. And Boyd, I think, made one stop there. Now it comes off of the boards, and it's picked up by Kaylee Bees. Off to the boards, plays it around for Lily Bigley behind the net. Player breaks for the net in front. They swipe away at it, and Butler had a poke at it. Now finally picked up and cleared, and it gets past Aubrey Barron all the way back into the Centennial zone. Cedarburg chasing it in the right corner, not far enough for icing. And now a centering pass will come all the way through to the near side. Played back down by Eagan's Nelson. Now towards the left point, it's picked up and played on out to center. Back into the Eagan zone, Bliss. Forecheck there by Bees, who won the puck. Behind the goal, now taken out by two white shirts. Bees still though, hanging in there and comes out with it. Has an option in the high slot. Wendorf gets it to her, and then that shot is blocked by Kriske, and now cleared off to the near side where Butler has it and puts one behind the net. Now to the boards on the far side. And Helget is there battling against Kyra Bliss as we're in the last minute of play in the second period. Pass to the near side. And here comes Kriske down the wing, tied up by her opposite number, 22, Ava Wendorf. Now it winds up through the crease to the right edge. And Eagan trying to swing in front of the goal without luck. And now here comes Milo Bigley to center. Good pass for Engstrom over the line. Engstrom trying to play it past Verstreet. Winds up into the corner behind the goal. Looking to center it, and there it's intercepted. Now controlled by Eagan with 30 seconds to go in the period. Robinette to center. Here's Kriske over the line. Kriske puts it towards the goal. It came off the defender, and Kriske put a backhander inches wide on the near side. 18 seconds to go in the period. A centering pass from Moline winds up going back out to center. And Verstreet has it with 9 seconds to go. Now played into the zone, and here's a chance with 3 seconds. 2-1, rush shot right on from Mackenzie Weber, and a save made by Goodmanson to keep this game 1-0 after 2 periods of play. So we'll take a break here from the Super Rink. Come back with a third next. Danglefest 2025 here on the Hub.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
When life adds a new ache, stiffens your stride, cuts the fun short, slows your hustle, puts the pause on play, Summit Orthopedics Urgent Care is here to pick you up, to dust you off, to get you back to the things that matter most, and to get you back to living life at your Summit.
Third period here at Schwann's Super Rink number 5, home of the Bethel Royals. It's 1-0 after 2 periods here in the 15B semifinals. Centennial Spring Lake Park Black will work left to right as we call the third period for you. Eagan right to left. Jeff Pappas, my name. Glad to have you here on the Youth Hockey Hub. As the third period gets underway, Bates can't hold it in the neutral zone, and Lily Bigley plays it back. And over the line, here comes Bees. Down behind the net, comes out the far side, drops it to the left point, deflected on its way to Wendorf, and finally played back out to neutral ice. And now here comes Bees right back in, and now it comes to the front of the net, and we will get a stoppage in play as Cassidy Boyd gets the glove on it. Face off in the Eagan zone. Winner gets Hastings tomorrow in the 15B championship game. Now a rink-wide pass to center, and here comes Cans over the line. Cuts to the slot, makes space for herself, shoots, and a save made by Goodmanson. Now up along the boards on the near side. And Cans plays it back. Here's Verstraete shooting, and that winds up going wide of the goal to the far side. Now played around behind the net. And after it for Centennial is Cedarburg in the left corner. Played to the left point, chopped at by Bees, but not out. Cedarburg again, and this one is again held at the right point by Moline, and that goes wide. Now Verstraete at the left point, puts it through traffic, deflected, and where is it? It's knocked off to the near corner. And Verstraete takes a shot through traffic, and somehow that got to the net. Now a centering pass, deflects back out to Verstraete, who pinches, now holds at the top of the circle, takes a shot, save Goodmanson, winds up behind the goal, and Centennial on the defensive here. Now they play it out to center ice, and here comes Bees down the wing, gets past Verstraete, cuts to the slot, closing in, takes a shot. Oh my, nice rush there by Kaylee Bees, did everything but put it away. And now played into the right corner, and now back out to center ice, coming off the bench. The play made by Mila Bigley off to the near side. Helget over the line, and they're 4 wide. Helget now winds up going behind the net and loses possession. Cleared around to the right boards, and now out to center. A pass on the near side for Cans, and that's a little bit too far. Cleared back to center ice, and now here comes Engstrom back for Centennial. Over the line, takes the shot, and behind the net, follow up off the inboards, comes right into the crease. Wendorf for the chance to put it right back in front, and it wound up deflected and cleared away by the defense, thankfully for Eagan. And then we get a stoppage, 11:29 to go now in the third period. Face-off will come in the Eagan zone to the right of the goaltender, Cassidy Boyd. Now here comes Eagan from the face, and here is Kriske down the wing, unable to play it, and picked up now by Engstrom. Loose at neutral ice, and over the line, here comes Eagan, and they get a chance in front, and a good opportunity for Mackenzie Weber. Now a centering pass, and Goodmanson had to make a save, but the nets come dislodged, and we'll get a face-off. 11:03 now to go in the third period. Centering pass from the face-off, in tight, they score! And Eagan is on the scoreboard. They have worked hard here in the third period, and the goal is scored by Riley Nelson. And the time of that goal is 3 minutes and 8 seconds of the third period. And that's the first goal for Nelson in this tournament. And it comes at a very good time when her team needs it. Out to center, and here's Butler. And Mackenzie Weber gets the only assist. And now played back by Centennial. Lily Bigley taking a shot, and that goes wide to the far side. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Now Butler pinned in against the boards. 2 from each team in, and now picked up. They try to go the short way, and that's held in with a skate by Cedarburg at the left point. Now in front, here comes Bees. Gets to the dot, and now winds up going wide behind the net. And Eagan trying to find a way out of the zone, but now a centering pass comes loose in front, and Butler had her stick tied up, couldn't shoot. Now puts it through the crease to the near side. And Centennial is changing lines. Now the pass out to center. How many skaters do they have? Well, the right number. And over the line, here comes Mackenzie Weber, leaving a drop pass, and that's stolen away. And here's Helget for Centennial, losing out, and it's played back by Verstraete into the Centennial zone. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the third as the puck comes to the near side, and Helget tries to knock it out. Verstraete plays it behind the net. The carom to Robinette on the near side, takes a shot, and that winds up wide to the near side. Now a centering pass stolen in the circle. Try to clear, and they still can't get out of the zone as Kriske then couldn't get a shot away, and here comes Helget at center, playing it in. And flip to the boards. There's two white shirts, black shirts there closing in. Here's a shot by Bigley and a save made, a rebound and a scramble as Milo Bigley came in front and had a good shot from about 20 feet out. And Boyd made the first stop, and then the defense did the rest. And we'll get a face-off in the Eagan zone with 8:57 left in the third period. Our first semifinal went to a shootout. And our second one also tied here in the third period. And now it's played into the zone. It'll come right on to Goodmanson, and now we'll get a face-off. First game was decided by shootout, and the winning shootout goal for Hastings from Audrey Bauer in that game wound up 5-4. Later on the near side, Helget pass to center ice, and it's loose in the center circle now. And a nice piece of strength there by Robinette, who plays it back in and heads for the bench. Now controlled by Ritchie behind the goal. 8:23 to go, third period. Now loose to the left side and back for it there. Wendorf. Now to a side, and it comes to the circle, and Engstrom tries to turn. Feeds the near side for Helget. He's got a lot of ice time here in the third period. Now a pass to the left for Bates. Too far, and it comes into the zone where it's tipped at, and finally Helget again. Plays it ahead for Centennial. Carrying on now is Kaylee Bees, who will carry it in deep. Bees goes down behind the net, comes around to the far side, leaves it at the left point. Penalty coming, and the puck is touched, and now we're going to get a penalty, I believe, for a hook. Well, that's going to be a trip, so it'll be a power play for Centennial. 2 penalties in the game, both against Eagan, and it'll be Isabel Cans going to the penalty box. 6:18 the time. And a power play for Centennial as they try to snap this tie. Puck comes to the right, and Barron, assisted on their goal, plays it down behind. Banked off the boards, and it wrong-footed Cedarburg and comes back out to center. Shot back in by Barron, and it rings the boards to the far side. Moline after it along the half wall. Now lost out. Bees for Centennial, trying to spin there and in the corner. Working with it. Now comes around to the right side, has a player in front, and they still haven't come up to her yet. And now a drop pass to the point for Barron is knocked out to center and finally claimed by Weber, who shoots it in for Eagan. And we'll go back behind the goal, and here comes Centennial. Puck out to the blue line. Bees tried to chop it ahead. And now Lily Bigley on the backhand will pick it up and carry to center ice. Bigley over the line. 55 seconds remaining in the power play. Bigley gets past Bliss, centers it from in deep. Line comes right back to her behind the net. Now comes out the right side, still with options. Bees fires, and that goes off the goaltender behind. Lily Bigley again behind the goal. Good chances. A centering pass is intercepted and laid out. Now here comes Lily McCall, but then lost it, and now Ritchie back. Skyan Ritchie takes a sharp angled shot, loose in front. Ritchie again on the backhand, plays it across, and Helget couldn't knock it home. Now Helget feeds the left point, 18 seconds in the power play. Here's a shot and a glove catch made from Wendorf by Cassidy Boyd, and we get a face-off with 5:56 to go in the third period. 15 seconds of power play left. From the face-off, Wendorf plays it down behind the goal, and will come around to the near side. 5:40 to go in the third period. Penalty is over in 3 seconds. And out to center, Wendorf plays it off to Helget on the left, and then a pass back into the zone diagonally. The near side picked up by Eagan. And now at center, controlled there by Ritchie. And a pass off to the left side. Helget again. Now played on into the zone, and here comes Kriske. And then lost out. The last moment to Ritchie, who tried to feed the boards, and now it comes up the slot, and it's poked away, and here comes Milo Bigley at center, but overskates. And now to the near side, Grace Hubble. Over the line, Hubble plays it in, and that wound up hitting Ritchie in the mask and comes off to the right corner. Just over 5 minutes left now, and a sharp angled shot, and that might have caught a piece of the goalpost too. Came down on a strange angle. Now played ahead by Cedarberg. Now controlled by Verstraete, who passes rink wide to the right. Over the line comes Kriske, and that return pass winds up coming all the way back down, and it'll be icing against Centennial for a stoppage in play with 4:44 to go in the third period. Again, 2 games today, 3 games tomorrow, and then 4 games Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Dakota Arena. It's the Tradition Tournament. 12 excellent high school hockey games coming your way in 3 days. No reason to do anything if you're a fan but watch there as it comes around to the near point and finally swept on out to center. And here's Butler. Penalty is over. 4:24 to go. Butler and a long shot. Missed it near. Comes to the boards and Lily Bigley. Bigley tries to bring it into the slot area, and it trickled off the stick. Rink wide pass to center ice. Here's Robinette trying to skate through the middle. Robinette headed off there by Cedarberg. Now played into the corner. Cedarberg and Robinette again. And Eagan trying to free it up. Here's Bates, centers it. That's broken up in front. And the puck trickles towards the left point. Verstraete is to play it in front. And now cleared past Verstraete. It'll go the length of the ice, and that will be icing against Centennial. 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go in a 1-1 tie. Face-off coming out of the right of the Centennial goal, and it comes in front, and it's poked out to center ice. Verstraete will come back for it, and then fan on the pass, and Helget is able to tie her up. Now controlled by Ritchie to the left side, Wendorf. And in the center circle, Mackenzie Weber. On the near side, that's turned away, and here comes Engstrom over the line to the left, and catching up with her is McCall, but now carrying on, Bigley, and that's Milo Bigley. 3:10 to go, could not get the puck in a shooting position. And off to the near side boards. And now finally a shot from the wing by Ritchie, and that's off the end boards. Behind the net, puck to the circle, and now again a shot at holding the post this time. The goaltender will save off Bella Helget. We'll get a face-off at 2:54 left. Less and less margin for error here as the third period wears on a 1-1 tie. In this 15B semifinal from the draw. Now it comes in front, and a shot by Bees and a save made by Boyd. That was a good play off the wall by Bees, who came in from a decent enough angle, but Boyd had it covered. Face off with 2:47 left. Now it comes in front, and a chance in front as Bigley was down coming across the slot area. Now down for Kaylee Bees. Behind the goal, 2.5 minutes to go. Bees into the circle, cuts to the front of the net, waiting, shooting, and then it was knocked behind the goal. got her own rebound, comes around and shoots. Save made. And the puck trickles up the slot as Boyd had to be quick there. Now down the wing they come for Eagan, and Kriske cannot play it. And it comes up to the high slot, and here's Bees back for Centennial. Kaylee Bees with the line, keeps the puck. Nice move off the wall, shoots, save, rebound at the left edge, and whacking away at it is Butler. And unable to make contact with the puck, and finally it comes underneath Boyd, but that's a great shift by Centennial as they had a couple of grade A chances and were not able to solve Cassidy Boyd. 1:55 left in the third. Centennial's got some momentum here. And they win the faceoff. Shot from the point, deflected off the stick of Wendorf, goes behind the net. Sharp angled centering pass. A shot and a save by Boyd against Mila Bigley at the right post. And a faceoff coming up. So Centennial coming on very strong in the last couple of minutes. And now we're going to get a timeout taken. And Eagan takes the timeout with their team on the ropes, and good use of it here. Get a chance to get some rest and a chance to talk to the key players. 1:45 to go in the third period, a 1-1 tie. The goal for Eagan here in the third period from Riley Nelson that put us in this situation. They don't have a shot board here on this rink, but and they haven't announced them either. But I would expect that there would be an advantage to Centennial, especially here in the third period, as they have over the last 4 or 5 minutes really put on some pressure, and Eagan defense has been stout. Will face off to the right of Boyd when we come back to live play. A 1:45 to go in the third period. And as we know from the first game, if we go to overtime, it's 4 minutes running time, 4-on-4, and then a shootout. From the draw. Picked up and cleared, and that'll come all the way back into the Centennial zone. Barron comes back for it, being pursued there by Robinette. Barron around behind the net. Robinette takes the short way, comes to the left point. A centering pass from, they score! The shot by Verstraete was deflected with 1:27 to go, and Eagan has a 2-1 lead. And it's Mackenzie Weber tipping it home. And Verstraete will get the assist. It comes at 12 minutes and 33 seconds. And Centennial, against the run of play, now trails by 2-1. So Verstraete gets the assist, and now with 1:10 to go, it's in the Centennial zone. They can't get out to pull the goaltender. They either need to get a stoppage or to clear the zone before that happens. And we're in the last minute of play, and now Centennial will start up. Boy, they had put on all kinds of pressure up to that point. And now here comes Bees down the wing, closing in. Bees going in on goal, a shot, and a save by Boyd with 49 seconds to go. And I'm sure we'll get the timeout now, and we're seeing the signal from the Centennial bench. They'll get an offensive zone face-off so they can pull the goaltender with 49 seconds to play. Weber with the goal, an assist to Verstraete. Weber's first goal of the tournament, and boy, did that come at a good time. 12:33 of the third period. Less than a minute to go now, and Eagan trying to hang on, and if they do, then they will play Hastings tomorrow for the championship here in 15B. Less than a minute to go now. The face-off to the left of the Eagan goal. Eden Prairie scored with the goaltender pulled in the first game to force an overtime. We'll see if Centennial can do the same. A centering pass. Bigley shoots, and it's over the top. 39 seconds to go. Goaltender is off. 6 skaters for Centennial. Now a centering pass deflected down at the left edge, and Lily Bigley goes behind the net. Now Butler with 29 seconds to go feeds the near circle, and it's picked up and carried. Scramble out the center ice, shot ahead of the empty net, and it's in, and it's Weber, and Eagan is going to move on. Shot into the empty net with 18 seconds to go. And I don't think there will be an assist on that goal, but we'll see. But Centennial really carrying the play to Eagan for most of the third period, and they come out on the short end of a very cruel measuring stick here with 15 seconds to go. They come back in, though. Game to the end. A centering pass in front, and it's loose in the crease, and a whistle. There's a shot taken by Helget, stopped by Boyd with 7 seconds left. And it's going to be Bates, excuse me. So Weber got it to Bates for the goal, and that is going to do it. And Eagan will move on. They defeat Centennial Spring Lake Park by 3-1 to get to the finals. They score 3 goals in the third period, and they win the game. The goal for Bates for Eagan, that is her 3rd goal of this tournament. And Eagan moves on. Nelson, Weber, and Bates score the goals in the third period, and they defeat Centennial Spring Lake Park Black by a score of 3-1. Good game here. We'll take a break, resurface, and come back for their first 15A semifinal. Rogers and Wayzata. That is next. We'll see you back here on the Youth Hockey Hub.